I'm Dr. Anthony Harper here in Jerusalem. We're about to experience another dedication about the third temple altar. There's supposed to be some sacrifice here, and Rabbi Weiss is with me to join me again. He's been with me before when the last sacrifice that was held in December of 2018. So Rabbi Weiss, great to have you join me.
Thank you very
so
much.
you wanted to share a message, about the significance of this this sacrifice here in light of what President Trump has been doing and other things.
It's written in Exodus, in chapter 12, that Moses said to Israel, in the name of God, that each one will take a lamb, and it was in this very day. It is the 10th of Nisan, and we are doing this this ritus, this event, the last 8 years, each time in this very day, the 10th of Nisan. This is the day of courage, because Israel said, how we shall take the God of the Egyptian and they will not stone us, because the lamb was the God of the Egyptian. But when the day comes, each family, each person has the courage, according to our tradition, it's not written in the Bible, to tie the lamb to the leg of the bed. And the Egyptian, their heart have stopped beating, because they saw how the Israel, the Jewish people, are going to slaughter their God. And after this was the day, the real Exodus. Because if you have not the courage to do it, if you are a Jew from the diaspora that is afraid from the Goyim and is afraid to start to build the temple on the right place that is here, you will never be Am Israel. You will be just a Jew from the diaspora. Now, when we are doing this ritual, this event, we are educating all the Jews and all the world to go to freedom, to start the real Passover, to go out of Egypt. Okay?
A few more comments, just briefly, is about the significance of the third temple in light of the history and President Trump's peace plan, and of course a lot of Christians in America see the prophecy of the temple being in existence in the latter days and the animal sacrifice happening here. Wanted to make it very clear for people in the world that this third temple is the right of the Jews to have their own temple. Of course, we have Muslims have their mosque and their golden, the Dome of the Rock, but this is very troubling.
The Muslims are guests here, and if they want to still to stay here, they have to cooperate with the Jews. They must bring all the lambs from Saudi, from Indonesia, from India, from all over the world, and to work the God of the universe, the God of Israel, all together. So it's written in the prophecies. So it's written that all the nations that will remain after the Armageddon or Gog and Magog, they will follow Israel to here. This is a Temple Mount. And all the nations will come here to learn and to seek for justice and for mercy, and to pray to the King of the universe.
Now, I asked you before, a lot of Christian leaders in America see that Jesus is the final sacrifice. What would you say to Christian leaders in America about that issue?
Look, you know that we are Jews. We spoke about this point. We should give Lashem to God to choose again and again, and to teach the world. For us, is all the same like Eliah the prophet on the Mount Carmel. There was the prophets of the Baal, and there was Eliyahu. There was a contest between Eliyahu and the others. Well, there is a contest. But instead of making contest, let's work together and not tease each other and not insult each other. And I want to give an example. Yesterday, Trump, let's say, canceled the International Court at Hague. But he and all the nations, and the Jewish nation altogether, the Israelis, must to build a court, international court in Jerusalem. In the court, also the state of Israel, also the United States, also any state, any people, any ethnic would be judged if they will break the law. It is not a question of empire. It is not a question of power. We have to educate ourselves spiritually. And if we will educate ourselves and all the world together spiritually, all the grasp, all the notions on laws, on mercy, on justice will be changed. Because the thirst will not be for bread, for gold. It will be for the word of God. And this is what it's much more important. This is the education. Stop the weapons, stop the fight, must come to real peace. It is written in Isaiah and Micah.
Yeah, many Christians in America are very supportive of Israel and for Israel to have their temple, or the Jews to have their temple. So we wanted to let you know that we respect your right, the Jewish people, for this land, to have your own temple here. And I think in light of all that's been going on with President Trump's peace plan, I just want to close, and I want to thank you, Rabbi Weiss, for joining me. Now, this is very, might be perceived as controversial by some people, but a lot of Christian leaders in America have referred to, once again, this Jesus issue. Jesus actually said, if you do not believe in who I say I am, you will die in your sins. I was wondering, how do you take that? What do you mean by that? What do you think that means?
Have mercy on me.
God has mercy on us.
No.
Yeah.
Because I told you in the previous interview, in the previous interview,
Yeah.
that prefer go back to Auschwitz and not to change our belief.
Right.
And okay, Jesus is for the Goyim, is for the Christians. And we hope that everyone will find his place. We are not fighting Christians, we are not fighting Muslims, we are not trying to change their mind. If we are trying to do something spiritually according to law, is the law of the no heights. It's the 7 law of no heights. It means that if the nations, the Gentiles, will follow those laws according the Torah, according the Pentateuch, then those are laws.
Yes.
If it's according their mind or according to their belief, it's not laws. There are many examples for this in the state, the problem of abortions,
Yes.
and the problem of homosexuals,
Right.
and many problems of eating animals, all kind of such problems. And we also are descendants of Noah.
Yes.
We also come out from the ark, and we have one father which Adam, all the humanity,
Yes.
and who remain after the Mabul, after the flood, is all the humanity. So we have not to put too much tensions about the big questions.
Big questions. Yeah.
It makes it makes us crazy.
Well, we don't want to be crazy, that's for sure. But no. Many Christians are so thankful for you
Look,
and
we
others
love
here.
the Christians. You are our friends.
We love you.
Okay, it's very important. It's very, very important. Not with hatred.
No, of course.
We have the time to see what will be. Who knows what will be with the Iranians, what will be with the Egyptians, what will be the Pakistan and North Korea. Nobody knows. with the Chinese, the Russians, and also the states itself. So we must have patience.
Well, I just want to encourage people watching this to pray for everyone here in Israel. Please pray for Rabbi
Amen.
Weiss and
Amen.
everyone here
Amen.
for the right of the Jews, for sovereignty over their land. We know in the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 2, it's probably different in the Hebrew Bible, but it says that God is angry, basically, with those people that scatter his people around the world and divide up his land. So, we honor the God of Israel here. Rabbi Weiss to join me in honoring Israel. And the God of Israel, most importantly. Thank you.